Have you ever wanted to set up a private gem server in Ruby? With Cloudsmith, it's quite easy. To get started, you will want to install the Cloudsmith command line tool. Just test it out by typing in Cloudsmith help, see what's up there. Then maybe try another command like Cloudsmith token, where you will fill in your username and your password, and you'll get back a token that you can use within the system. Now, if you hit yes for no default config file found, then you will get two files created with your credentials and token filled into your project. So from here, just click on the config.ini and the credentials.ini and just have a look at what you've got there. After that, go to your git ignore and make sure that those two files are not included in your git repository. You may want to use an environment technique if you need to use the token in the cloud. So let's look at updating the rake files so that we can deploy this gem. Just going to make the version of the gem available in a variable and then call gem build, Cloudsmith push Ruby, name of the organization, name of the gem, followed by gem and version. Now here I just put in a little bit of debug code printing out this information to see why this would not deploy. It became pretty obvious. What I had to do was create a new repository up in the Cloudsmith website before this would work. So what I did was click on the create repository button. From there I could fill in the name of the repository, PS OpenAI, leave it at the default region and keep it private. Then just click the create button. Here we'd see it created. I then would click on the repositories button and that put us back to the page, and now there are two repositories in place. Now I could simply just repush the gem from the command line using Cloudsmith push. Then just refresh the browser and you should see the package count increase. If you click on that, you'll see the updated gem version number. I don't talk about using this from a normal project, but if you do, you would click at the setup, go to Ruby, and you would find information here on how to include it in your gem file. So now let's test it using the rake file. I'll just clean up a little bit of information, some debugging, put the system call back in place. Now, one of the things I do with my own projects is I use automated semantic versioning. I can do things like feats and fixes and chores, and it automatically updates the correct version number. Now, when I went to use rake publish followed by rake clean, which would delete the gem file after use, I did run into a few issues that I had to debug, which were unrelated to this area. So as I was debugging some of this, I would have to create either a chore, a fix, or a feat. Here was a feat, and the feat would automatically deploy. GitHub Actions would then kick in. In deploying the code, it would test on Ruby 2 and 3, run RubyCop and rspec, update the semantic version, and download it back to the computer if it worked. Now, I didn't resolve the semver issues in this session, but I was able to run a rake publish and rake clean and have it update the private gem server. And here you can see version 0.2.1. I found Cloudsmith to be an easy solution to setting up a private gem server in Ruby.